Okay, I found a solution to the whole Harry Potter legacy controversy. Honestly, I don't understand how nobody has came up with this idea or even spoke about it or even thought about it. But before we get into it, let's clear out the room. J.K. Rowling is a horrible person. The things that she said about the trans community is unacceptable, whether you believe it or not, whether you follow her ideology or you don't. At the end of the day, certain group of people were meant to feel that. You know, she spoke about issues that had nothing to do with her, and it's a turd. There's no other way to say it. There's no other way you could go ahead and discredit anybody's feelings and still think that you're a good person. That's not how the world works. And just because somebody created a world that I hold dear to my childhood does not, it doesn't excuse it. If that makes any sense. And yeah, she's a turd. She's completely wrong. She's dumb, and there's nothing else I can add to this about her behavior that no one else on the internet has already said. All I can say is that I don't stand by her. She's an idiot, and we can all agree on that. And if you can't agree on that, you're part of the problem. Let's go on with the solution. Going on with this video, I want to make sure that I speak as eloquently and as clear as possible, because I'm gonna knock some sense into not only the trans community but as well as the gaming community. I'm saying gaming in quotations because this doesn't really affect anybody in the gaming community. Let's be honest though, it's not the trans community versus gamers. It's the trans community versus content creators. Because anybody could go into their favorite game store, buy a game, and no one would know they bought it, only the people on their friends list. The only people that are going to be publicly held accountable for supporting J.K. Rowling are content creators that are going to be making content around a game that the trans community wants us to boycott. So let's clear that up. It's the trans community versus the content creators. When I speak about one community, I'm going to be playing devil's advocate for the other. So it's not to go ahead and say that I'm only standing up or shitting on one side. I don't know where in the history of the world we have came to the conclusion where two things can't be right and two things can't be wrong at the same exact time. Here's the simple solution. It has came out that J.K. Rowling likes to use the things that she makes from the wizarding, world that she created, fund things that are anti-trans, and that's horrible, to say the least. But most importantly, we can literally, and I can't believe nobody has thought about this, we can literally Uno reverse card her. This is gonna be the game for the first half of the year that everybody is going to play. It is coming out for the Switch. It is coming out for the PlayStation. It is coming out for the Xboxes, as well as PC. If every content creator does what I'm trying to push out at this moment, and now I'm speaking to the trans community, you guys, all of you, in the comments below, let me know which foundation helps your community the best. And within my description, and every time that I stream this game, I am going to push said foundation to see if my community or anybody that comes across the content that I make surrounding this game goes ahead and supports that said foundation. I don't understand how nobody thought about this. She wants to use her money to fund anti-trans stuff, then let's go ahead and use our community to boost the voices of everybody in the trans community through these foundations. Now, if you're a content creator, do the same as I'm doing. Because even if one person donates $1, that is one more dollar that would have never gone had you not even posted it in your community to begin with. You get what I'm saying? Let's use our platforms for good. We have that power. I don't have that big of a community. I'm a variety streamer. But if one of my peoples goes ahead and looks into this foundation and donates even 50 cents, that is 50 cents more. We can use this to make us come together rather than this weird tribalism of, if you go ahead and buy this game, you're transphobe, and if you go ahead and tell me I can't buy this game, you are out of your mind. Like, we can work together. We can literally work together. Think about it. Even I don't get that many donations through my live streams, but sometimes I'm on the YouTube side, I might get a super thanks, because I stream games early in order to educate people to make sure they don't buy a bad game. So if somebody sends me a super thanks of $5 that I wasn't even planning on receiving, I could go ahead and take those $5 and donate it to said foundation. And we will literally use her platform for good. And I think that's the biggest FU you could ever give somebody who's as bigoted as she is. And I think that's a great idea. And if you guys agree with that, please, anybody in the trans community, if this came across, down below, let me know what foundations. I am so open to that. And for any content creator that also want to do this, do me a favor, please stick to foundations. Yes, you could go ahead and, find somebody who has a GoFundMe that can probably help with anything that they need. But sadly, there's a lot of horrible people in this world, and they might scam people. And that's not exclusive just to the trans community. That happens with a whole bunch of things. We've seen it time and time again, where somebody makes a fake GoFundMe, you go ahead and donate because you're really trying to be a good person, and in reality, you're just funding something that you get what I'm saying? So let's just stick to foundations for this one, unless you do know a trans person personally, and you know that money will go and help them. Then that's the only way I see nobody gets hurt at the end of this. I want to talk about something very, very important. I'm going to start off by knocking some sense to both communities. Like I said, content creators as well as the trans community. I'm going to start with the content creator because apparently I am one as well. I am, at the start of this year, 2023, I made a TikTok saying, let's be careful who we give our platforms to. Who we start supporting in 2023. At the end of the day, whether you agree or disagree, or you throw your hands up in the air like this has nothing to do with me, I'm not transphobe. At the end of the day, I am sick and tired of hypocrites building up communities and gaining clout, talking about, oh, my community is so inclusive, I don't care, what your looks out in life and whatever. But then the first time you are met with a choice, the first time a group of people tell you this makes me feel bad, and your innate reaction is to yell at them and disregard how they feel for your own personal gain, I am so fucking sick and tired of it. I am so tired of you guys spewing about inclusivity only when it benefits your follower, subscriber, or view count. At the end of the day, a group of people came to us and said, this makes me feel bad. Please do this. Even though it is the most extreme version of something that they are asking of us. A lot of you, and trust me, I spent all day today going through TikTok, going through Instagram, going through Twitter, and I can count on one hand how many actual content creators met these people halfway. I'm not saying that they said, I'm not gonna buy this game. They at least acknowledged their feelings. The hell is wrong with everybody? Every other content creator either turned this whole thing into a joke, talking about how they are literally gonna go blicky with the sticky in Hogwarts, or completely disregarded them and made it about themselves and victimized themselves on this whole, you're not gonna stop me from playing this game, rah rah rah. And then you guys got boosted up and you guys got clout. There's a lot of people that shitpost. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people that just post and don't even look at their comments. And that's fine, because it could be a cesspool down there sometimes. But there are some of you out there getting a little bit of a big head because of the clout you got because you went ahead and said something. Look at those comments. There are literally people there that are transphobe under your community, under your platform, saying things like, I wasn't even gonna buy this game until I heard J.K. Rowling did this. Now I'm buying 3 copies. Or, oh, I bought the standard edition and when this came to light, I upgraded to the deluxe. And y'all out here liking and commenting and really? But you want to go ahead and say that your community is all inclusive, right? You want to go ahead and say, no, I'm not transphobe. But yet you're engaging in behavior that is kind of skirting the lines. Be careful who you support. Your words mean stuff. Whether you have 100 subscribers, 100 followers, 20 followers, 20,000 followers. The second you turn on this camera, everything you say has consequences. Now to the trans community. Sadly, I don't have any trans friends. I've never been around that many trans people to feel what you guys are feeling. But I can empathize with you guys. Because at the end of the day, most of you were fans until this came out to light. And here's the other thing, a lot of you guys are like, this is my childhood, rah, rah, rah. You know, just because JK said this, that doesn't... Everybody who is actual fans of the Harry Potter thing, we've known for years that this is the type of person she was. Does it make it right that we still bought things like merch and wands and movies? No, it doesn't. Y'all are just the biggest ones saying I am a fan and this is my childhood. Y'all just finding out about this now, when we knew about this for years now. So are you really fans, or are you just bandwagon because you're just hiding behind the hate that she's spewing? To the trans community, again, I'm playing devil. If I'm talking about your community, I'm playing devil's advocate for the others. You need to set your things within reality. The content creators and the gamers have nothing to do with the fight you're fighting, but we want to support you guys. Every time something pops up, it cannot be the all and all. It can't be the most extremes of remedies to the situation. At the end of the day, as a gamer, a lot of us, we got a control in our hands before we can even walk. And the one thing we were always taught is if it's cool, we're gonna play it. Where we are wrong is in not acknowledging the fact that you guys are hurting. And I can empathize with that. I really can. Because it fucking sucks that this person went ahead and hurt you the way that they did. That this person is funding things that will hurt the way you want to live. To everybody, and this is not even just the trans community, to everybody, one of the biggest blessings we take for granted is just making it home safe at the end of the night. And I don't like to conflate two different issues, but look at everything that is going on in Memphis. We as humans, in totality, regardless of race, color, religion, gender identity, sexuality, us as humans, at best, we have 80 years, at best. And within those 80 years, if you can find a way just to have a little slice of happiness, in a way where you are respecting and you are caring for your fellow other humans, then so fucking be it. Do whatever you want. Live however you want. If and when you don't bring no harm, you're not making nobody feel bad. I am not trans. Like I said, I don't know any trans friends. And I know you guys don't like Dave Chappelle, but if there's one takeaway from his special, from his trans friend who was a comedian, is that she said she just wants you guys to know that she is having a human experience. And I agree. You guys are. think you guys just want to live your life without having to be looked as a pariah, or people spewing that you're mentally ill in the head for wanting to live your life, your truest version of yourself. And it's just crazy how people that have nothing to do with nothing are talking about these issues that doesn't even affect them in any way, shape, or form. I don't, listen, I don't know, man. Maybe my solution is stupid. Maybe I was just raised different. A lot of people talk about the separation of the art and the artist. You know, I could use a couple examples. Kanye said a lot of anti-Semitic things. I can separate the art from artists in that situation. Not because I'm indifferent to anybody in the Jewish community, but it's because I truly believe that music transcends the creator. Once you put out a snippet of music, sometimes it's just the memories of when you heard it that come to life. It's not even the lyrics of the person who made it. It just takes you back to a time. So I could separate that. I cannot separate someone like, let's say, Justin Roiland, who's allegedly out here beating his ex-girlfriend. I was raised by a single mother. I could really empathize with that. I have a little sister that you guys have fallen in love with, and that I love. And if anybody touched a hair on her pretty little head, I'll probably kill somebody. And that somebody, and even though I love Rick and Morty and I love High on Life, I'm no longer playing High on Life. Not because I'm trying to be this this PC version. No, I just can't support somebody in that fashion. Whether it's alleged or it's true, I can't see past that. With J.K. Rowling, aside from this game and aside from this shirt that I bought for the game months ago, before this thing even became an issue, I'm not gonna be supporting her no more. A huge part of the fact is because at the end of the day, she made a group of people feel bad. And I don't like that. I don't like bullies. You guys know this. I don't. But when somebody uses their money, albeit they could use it whatever way they want, but if they use it to go ahead and harm or make people feel bad, they're assholes. I'm sorry, they are. And she is. You know, one of the biggest reasons I can no longer support J.K. Rowling is because she created this discourse and she has not said nothing. Now, I could go ahead and give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe her publicist took away her phone because she has caused a lot of damage to the world that she created by constantly retconning things. Maybe her publicist said, you know what, get off the phone, this ain't your battle. But at the end of the day, we have two groups that can literally just help each other, that really don't even have that much beef with each other. Yeah, gamers are toxic, but that's a small facet of gamers. And I've never had any issues with anybody in the trans community, ever. And she is sitting there with her arms crossed and allowing us to just fight amongst each other, and that is something I can never forget. Because even if it didn't work, at least say something. At least tell people to cease fire or take responsibility. But she's not even doing that. She's allowing these two weird factions, this weird tribalism, to go at each other as a scapegoat for her stupid mistakes and her stupid... I can't forgive that. To end this video, I want to make sure that I say something. For everybody in the trans community, and for anybody who's a content creator, listen to my words. This is what the bare minimum you guys should have done. Instead of making jokes and screaming at the top of your lungs that you're not going to take away my childhood. Grow the fuck up. Most of y'all are in your mid-30s. What childhood? Get a mortgage. Do something. A lot of y'all haven't even watched the movies in years. So relax. Nobody's taking away your childhood. To the trans community also, meet us halfway. You cannot make enemies of everybody, because you are one day going to stand by yourself and wonder why you're not getting support. Boycotting something it's not gonna help because it's not gonna even hurt her bottom line. It's not. And I know that she said things like, you know, people agree with me because they keep buying my stuff. I get it. It's a tough situation, but at least I know that when I play this game, I'm not doing it because I'm transphobe. I'm not doing it to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm doing it because I see a cool game and I just want to play it. I want to make sure I play it, not making anybody feel bad because I'm playing it. People talk about the developers have nothing to do with it. You know, developers, they're paid already. At the end of the day, it's not only the trans community that she's hurt. In the late 90s and the early 2000s, we made this wonderful world, which evidently is mostly white, mostly straight, mostly Christian. You can count on two hands how many actual non-white characters are in these stories. And this game was supposed to rectify that. Why and how? By making the most inclusive character creation ever. Does that excuse everything she said and done? No. Does it hurt my feelings that there's never gonna be a Dominican in a Harry Potter movie or a Harry Potter book? Yeah. Is there gonna be one in Hogwarts Legacy? You best fucking believe there is. To anybody in the trans community, I want to apologize on the behalf of all content creators and all gamers. I see and I hear you guys. I want to apologize because I wish I was strong enough to actually boycott the game like you want us to do. But I'm not. I'm not strong enough. And I'm sorry that this person made you feel the way that you do. And I'm sorry that my side of the community has made you feel unheard and unfavored and just even more worse. I really am. And I'm sorry for that. For all my fellow content creators, if you guys want to follow this solution, that'd be amazing. You know, just a line in your description when you end your live stream. Just let somebody know how they can help out the trans community. And for those of you that really are, you know, enabling these weird content creators that are not acknowledging, you know, the elephant in the room, shame on y'all. Somebody has said in the way that, you know, there's a character test going on with this game and you guys are failing it. And then you're not failing it because you're not boycotting the game. You're failing it because you guys speak about inclusivity. And when you're met with the first challenge in your content creating career, you failed. You didn't even acknowledge the way these people felt. You made jokes about using the killing curse, by going against other houses. And albeit super funny, I laughed, I liked. None of you guys are acknowledging it. Switch the words trans for anything else. Black, people of color, gay, straight, bisexual, handicapped. You guys, your hands will be all up in fires. These people just want to be heard. And y'all failed. Did they want us to do something extremely extreme and probably a bad idea? Yes, but at the end of the day, you didn't even acknowledge them. You talked down on them, and shame on you for that. I'm gonna tell you guys the same way I run my community. I don't care. I don't care about your religion, your race, your skin color, your sexuality, or your gender identity. As long as you come into my chat with respect for everybody, you are accepted, you are heard, and you are going to be loved from the second I hit record or go live to the second I sign off. And that's the way it should be. I'm gonna end this the way that I end all my live streams. Be the reason why somebody smiles today. More importantly, it takes more effort to be mean than it is to be nice to somebody. Maybe my solution is dumb. Maybe it might just quell the fires. And for anybody in the LGBTQ IA plus community, if you're looking for a place where it's safe for you to enjoy gaming, enjoy some entertainment, look into my community. I have a YouTube, I'm on TikTok, Instagram. Love every single one of you guys. And I really do mean every single one of you guys, on both sides. Peace out. Have a good one. And of course, I wouldn't be ending this without my side of it. I am going to be playing this game, Ravenclaw, or how I'm going to be calling it, Raven Clan. Anybody else, you already know. I'm going to hit y'all with that.